Hello, I am Pierre'as Jodlowskis. I am a French composer, but let's say that what would define me is my interest to stage in general. The fact that I am not considering myself just as a musician, but I like everything which is on stage, light, video, action, gesture, whatever. Knowing that I try to work on them as a, let's say, common tool, which is mainly coming from music, so this is very important. I am a musician, but yeah, I like very much to try to tame all those objects and to create what we call interdisciplinary, let's say, context. In art, let's say, we have disciplines: dance, circus, movement, music, sound, video, lights. So the fact of putting all those things together is a name which doesn't mean anything by definition, because it's not, the topic is not to put all those things in the pot, to shake the pot and to try to get something out of it, but more to think about how those things can interact with each other, how they can enrich each other. And for me, this question of enrichment is very interesting to, for example, you have a situation where two elements are not trying to do the same thing, but to cohabitate, and maybe through times to start to tell a story which wouldn't be able to happen without those two. You couldn't do it with one, you couldn't do it with one, but the fact of putting those two together create a dialectic between those two, which is a new layer, something new. I would say that Kosmos Lab is firstly an occasion to meet together. And I want to insist on this, that beyond the structure, beyond the theater, beyond the technology that we are using, beyond the production, the artistic aim, the pedagogical aim, there is an encounter. So far, I hope that we will never replace the human encounter. So for me, Kosmos Lab starts with this, that I am here, I came here because of you, your invitation, and it's the occasion, firstly, to meet. Of course, I have a lot of ideas, but my aim was really that the ideas would come from them. That was the plan, really the plan that I had. Because I think that all those artists are very talented, and it's also for them a strong occasion to go out a little bit of their comfort zone. Also, figuring out their position on the stage where they are not only doing what they are supposed to do, by definition. So yeah, Kosmos Lab, it's let's say, it's really a lab, you know, it's a place where we search. We are together, and this community search, discuss, enjoy, have fun. When you contacted me, and the way you contacted me, I remember I was saying this to some friends because it was completely, well, let's say, insanely wonderful. When I asked you, okay, how many participants? I said to me, this is your choice. Where should we do this? This is your choice. How long? This is your choice. So it means that, first of all, this lab is based on one thing, which is the trust. You trust. So this is not an institution which is making a format which would create a framework in which the artists have to fit, more or less, how they can. It's completely different. It starts from a wish, a desire, an envy that you stimulate. So thank you very much for this, because it's, I think, quite rare. And I deeply think that the fact of sharing our experiences is definitely very much needed today, because we have to adapt. We are in the world where adaptation, in my opinion, is one of the key words. We can move a lot, but therefore we need to adapt. It's great to move, but when you change the place, you need to adapt with language, with culture, with habits, with a lot of things. So this lab, for me, really prepares to this adaptation. I will give just a simple example. In all of my studies and in all the studies of all the composers that I am regularly training as a teacher in IRCAM in Paris, none of them, or let's say maybe less than 2 or 3%, which means very few of them, have an awareness of their body. The body doesn't count in those studies. Here we start the day with a training, a body warm-up for 40 minutes. Be together, breathe, stay focused, stay on the ground, lay on the ground, touch each other, be aware of the fact that we have a body. And this is so important because finally, what are we doing? Even a composer will spend his or her entire life writing music, therefore writing body movements. You know, a cellist is doing this. He's performing gesture. So, you know, this disconnection between, for example, here, the body and the brain is something which is completely dramatic. And so I think that a lab like this shows, I hope, really, one of the possible ways to develop academies and training and teaching for art, stage art in the future. To say, oh, Lithuanian artists are these that I didn't find somewhere else. No, I will not say such a thing, but I am impressed. To be honest, I am impressed. All of them, all of this group, all the members, of this group are very much skilled. They are open. They have a huge commitment to do things. I guess probably they grew also with the lab itself. They know about this lab. Maybe some of them already participated to this lab. So I think there is a kind of emulation which has been, you know, brought by you, by your initiative of creating this structure and this lab and the theater which goes with it. Definitely, I wish, first of all, that this lab will survive in a very good way, will develop, because we are living in complicated times. Politically speaking, the situation worldwide is not the easiest, I would say. So we have to be careful, we people of the cultural network, to preserve our integrity, our freedom, and therefore to fight for the means, because, you know, to organize a lab, you need to have a structure, you need to have people working, you need to have money, you need to have fundings. So this is one thing, to survive in a good way, to preserve what you already acquire. Then I wish that this lab would get some babies. That would be my dream. That in a few years, all the people who have been attempting to this lab will say, now I am working in Portugal because of life brought me there. Can I maybe come back to Lithuania and to try to establish the Porto, or I don't know, the Portuguese version of the lab, and to try to develop a European network, because we have the chance in Europe to have, let's say, European subsidies that can be a very good, let's say, focus in some years to try to reach, to be part, let's say, of a network, of a European network, and to develop those labs a little bit everywhere. Not too big, because when it's becoming too big, it's hard to control. And I think there is something, the mood, there is a statement to preserve absolutely in this mood, because of you, because of the other person who are around this lab, taking part of it, being directors and so on. But yeah, the development, I think it's also important to bring also people here to Lithuania. It's the first time that I am here, and I'm discovering a wonderful city, a wonderful atmosphere, wonderful people. So why not keeping going with this as much as you can?